right. Well, 6:03, so we'll go ahead and get started. I'm sure a couple more will join us. Welcome. It's Tuesday evening. My name is Marty. If you're new or newish, I have the honor and privilege of facilitating on Tuesday evenings. I'm so glad you're all here. All right. Terrific. So, quite a group this evening. For the month of February, catch up, Marty. February, we're going to be bringing forward the concept of the four immeasurables. And I will do a brief description of each of those tonight as we go through our meditation. So go ahead and put yourself in whatever meditative position works best for you. Whether you're lying down, sitting up, ironing, working on the car, it matters not. It only matters that you're here. It also matters that you decided to take an hour to take care of yourself. So take a moment and congratulate yourself for taking care of you and being here for us. It's much appreciated. We're going to get in touch with our breathing. I'm going to take 3 very slow, deep inhalations quietly. I hold for a slow count of 8. I exhale for a slow count of 8. And after 3 times, we'll jump right into the meditation. If you have a breathing exercise of your own, by all means, please do so. As you continue to breathe, be mindful of any tension that might reside between your ears. Relax your forehead. Relax the cheekbones down through your face. Relax your jaw. Let the tension roll down your neck, across your shoulders. Let it drain down your arms, past your elbows. And just let that tension fall to the earth from the palms of your hands. And just breathe. Be mindful of any tension that might be between your shoulder blades, in the chest, down through the lower back, the abdomen. Relax down through the hips, across the legs, over your knees. Let any tension fall beyond the calves and right out the bottoms of your feet. Mother Earth is happy to take it. Just relax and just breathe. This evening, I want you to take a minute and imagine a very slow moving, clean and clear, gentle river along this little green valley that you've happened to immerse yourself in. Imagine the blue sky above. Feel the warmth of the sun as it touches your forehead. Hear the water as it gently passes by. And imagine a nice big comfy raft right along the shore. Imagine yourself as you walk over and touch the raft. Feel the soft, rubbery between your fingers, at your fingertips. And imagine yourself climbing in, nice and gentle, nice and steady. And gently push yourself off into a very slow moving river. And just breathe. Relax as you settle yourself in this very comfortable raft. Imagine touching the water on either side of you, feeling the cool, wet water, the warm sun beating down. The support of the raft and the water as you just gently float along. And just breathe. The first immeasurable is loving kindness. Loving kindness is a sincere desire for everyone, without exception, to be happy. As you gently float along the river, I want you to imagine a small group of people, some you know, maybe just strangers off on the right bank, and everybody's dressed in yellow. Yellow brings forward a happy color. And as you slowly drift by all these people that are dressed in yellow, gently give them a wave and listen to the description of loving kindness. At different points during the day, keep it simple and silently say, "May you be happy." To random people you see on the street or at work, on the subway, or maybe on the banks of the river. If you sometimes have a hard time mustering up an intention for happiness towards people you don't know, try it first with yourself. As you're lying in this raft, warm and safe and comfortable, passing the small group of people dressed in yellow, give them a wave. Imagine yourself being happy, and just breathe. And slowly as you go by, the people smile and wave back. As you continue to gently float along the river, continue to gently just breathe. Take a moment, be mindful of any tension you're still holding. Let it go. Just breathe. The second immeasurable is compassion. And as we float down the river, we see a small group of people, some you may know, some you may not, on the left side bank, all dressed in blue. Blue is a healing color, often associated in Buddhism as a healing color. And compassion is a wish that other people be free from suffering. Sometimes this one requires an ability and a willingness to read between the lines a bit. Often it's easy to notice who is in some kind of pain, but usually we overlook people who might be suffering just as much. Maybe an angry boss or coworker, a person in the street or in the subway who's being very aggressive. So as you go about the day, as you float along the river, as you see this group of people dressed in blue, instead of trying to judge and fix or fight back, recognize that most people are experiencing some degree of pain or discomfort in their lives, just as you might be. Focus on one person on the bank or several, and offer them an intention, a smile, and a wave. May you be free from suffering and whatever is causing it. And as you gently float down the river, bring compassion to yourself. Recognize that you too may be suffering. And just breathe. Continue to float down the river as the group of blue pass on by. Nestle in your raft. Feel the warmth of the sun. Maybe dip your hand in the coolness of the water. If you have any tension left, let it go. And just breathe. As you continue down the river on the right-hand side, you see a small group of people. Some you may know, some you may not. All dressed in green. The third immeasurable is that of sympathetic joy. It refers to the ability to have a genuine sense of appreciation for someone else's happiness or good fortune. Oftentimes we associate the color green with envy. What a wonderful opportunity to turn that around. It's helpful to consider that there isn't a finite amount of happiness in this world, that some people hoard and other people miss out on. Happiness is something attainable by all of us. So practice cultivating a sense of sympathetic joy when you see someone who you normally might inspire a feeling of envy. You won't necessarily make the envy disappear completely or all that quickly, but you can transform it into understanding that someone else's experience of great fortune or contentment demonstrates that you can experience those positive things as well. Try not to get caught up in the circumstances and stuff around that person's happiness, whether it be job or money or status. And as you gently float by this group all dressed in green, give them a smile and a wave, and be genuinely happy for their successes. And just breathe. Once again, as you're floating along the river, safe and warm in the raft, bring to mind any tension that may still arise in the body. Just relax. Just breathe. And as you continue down the river, you see one more small group on the left-hand side. And these are all dressed in the color of white. Some you may know, some you may not. This group represents equanimity, the ability to recognize and experience all things and all beings as equal. White is the neutral color. White can bring about balance. And as you travel down the river and pass by this group in white, consider the people with whom you have strong disagreements with, and think of how they might have been at the moment of their birth, how they might be at the moment when they will die one day. The time in between goes by in a flash. Birth and death are the great equalizers that we are all subject to. Also observe each emotion you experience throughout the day and practice noticing its qualities in a neutral kind of way rather than judging it as good or bad. Bring forward those situations and imagine them all in white, helping with the neutrality. Try not to get caught up in attaining more pleasure or in pushing away more pain. Just let the day unfold as it does. Let the river take you as it may. Notice how things on either side of the bank are always changing, changing, and changing. The sky doesn't complain with every passing cloud or storm. It simply hangs out and takes pleasure in being the sky. As you continue to float down the river, bring to mind your breath. Relax. Any tension that may still reside, let it go. Just float along. Just breathe. Now we come to the end of our journey as the raft gently slides up onto the grassy shore. Take a nice deep cleansing breath. Gently bring yourself back to the room. Tonight we brought forward what's known in Buddhism as the four immeasurables. We attached a color to each in loving kindness, in the compassion, sympathetic joy, and equanimity. As we floated down the river tonight, we took the opportunity to stay safe and warm in our raft as we floated down the river of life. We gave ourselves the opportunity to wave to those on the shore. And as we go through life, as we go through our night and our week, may we recognize the suffering in everyone, as well as the peace and joy, and most of all, the peace and joy within ourselves. Allow that for you. Have a wonderful evening, a great week. Namaste.